Is your dog reactive on leash with other dogs? Does it seem that no matter how hard you try, you can't avoid your dog barking and lunging at other dogs while out on a walk? In this video, I'll be giving you specific management strategies to help your leash-reactive dog to feel more comfortable while out on walks with other dogs. Stay tuned through the whole video, because we'll be covering the best ways to work with your reactive dog that you've never thought of before, and we'll be sharing our 3 top strategies that you can use to get out of some tight situations with other dogs. All that and more coming right up for you, so let's get to it. What is management? Is your dog reactive to other dogs while out on walks? Does your dog bark or lunge when they see another dog, even if that other dog is across the street or even further away? Dogs having less than calm body language in the presence of other dogs is a response that we see time and time again. It's easy to think, maybe my dog just needs some training, and they'll be happily playing with other dogs in no time. While that may be true in some cases, training is not usually the only intervention that we need to consider when it comes to working with reactive dogs. In fact, training is a relatively small part of the picture when it comes to managing your dog's reactivity. What if I told you that creating a stable and predictable environment for your dog outside of training sessions is just as important as the training itself? We create this stable, predictable environment for our dog by using a strategy called management. So what is management? Management is everything that you'll be doing to keep your dog calm, cool, and collected outside of formal training sessions. By managing the environments and situations that you put your dog in, you'll be creating the foundation for more effective training work. By combining training and management techniques, you can create a comprehensive plan to help your reactive dog feel more at ease in the presence of other dogs. So let's talk definitions for a moment, because by now you might be asking, isn't any work you do with a dog training? Good question. When I say training, what I mean is the times when I'm actively trying to teach my dog something. Cues like sit, down, stay, come. These are all things I've trained or taught my dog to do in response to a verbal cue from me. Management, on the other hand, is for the other 99% of the time when I'm not actively trying to teach my dog to do something. Management, by definition, prevents dogs from engaging in undesirable behavior, like barking and lunging at other dogs. If we're talking about reactivity, effective management might mean that I'm walking my dog at off-peak times of day, providing them with some mental stimulation before going for a walk, or keeping them engaged with me while I safely navigate them away from an approaching dog. All of this falls under the umbrella of management. Prevention, in this case, is worth a pound of cure. If there's one thing I know about dogs showing reactive behaviors, it's that the more they do the barky lungy, the more you'll see the barky lungy in the future. The more opportunities they get to practice the reactive behavior, the more fluent they will get at that behavior. So my overall goal with management is to prevent my dog from having a reaction in the first place. Think of it like this. Imagine one of those old-timey balance scales with a jar of coins on either side. Every time that my dog reacts, I have to put a coin in the left jar. And every time my dog doesn't react around other dogs, I get to put a coin in the other jar. The jar with the most coins at the end of the day predicts my dog's behavior the next time they're out on a walk and see another dog. Sure, for every coin I put in the reactive jar, I could just balance it out with some training, but wouldn't it be more effective to stop putting coins in the reactivity jar altogether and add in more training coins? Managing your dog's environment so that we don't have to put coins in the reactivity jar is management. But how can you prevent your dog from reacting to other dogs on leash? Well, first we have to know when our dog will most likely be able to make desirable choices in a given situation and reinforce them for those more desirable choices. We talk about this a lot in our other videos on reactivity. On the flip side, we also need to know when our dogs need us to step in and help them out proactively. In our work, we can utilize both passive and active management strategies to proactively prevent blow-ups from the start. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of it. Successful management strategies for reactivity happen before you even take a step outside. Starting your dog off with the right gear and in the right mental state can make all the difference. Before a walk, engage your dog with a play session or check the mental enrichment box by giving them a snuffle mat or a puzzle toy. When suiting up to go outside, try using a Y-shaped harness with both front and back clip options, a 6-foot leash or longer if you're going to be walking in more open spaces, and a treat pouch with high-value treats. You may also want to think about adding some distance increasing gear to your dog's wardrobe, like a yellow bandana or a vest that says something like, "Give me space." You can find all of our recommendations for this kind of gear in the description box below. On the actual walk itself, keep walks short, especially when you're walking in potentially busy areas. Sometimes the only thing that ruins your dog's day is keeping them out too long. Walking during off-peak times can help here, so consider planning your dog's walks at a time when not a lot of dogs or people will be outside. And I cannot stress this enough. Neighborhood walks are not for all dogs. If you're walking your dog in an environment where your dog is reacting consistently, find another place to walk. It's hard to put a general number on this, but your dog going over threshold into barky lungy behavior more than twice a month can be counterproductive to any training work that you're doing with them. Remember, what gets practiced gets repeated. The more opportunities your dog has to practice barking and lunging behaviors, the more they'll resort to using them. Finding a walking spot where your dog isn't always on alert is the key to success here. But what happens when you've done your best to prevent encountering other dogs while out on leash and it still happens? Well, here it is. It's time to share our 3 top active management strategies that you can use in the presence of other dogs. We've all been there. You're walking when you think no one else will be out. You've gone to a remote location where you've never seen other dogs. But somehow, they still seem to find you. That's okay. We've got a plan for that. I've got 3 active management strategies for you to use when you are in a situation in which your dog won't be able to navigate the waters effectively on their own. First up, the food scatter. This strategy is a great place to start with your dog. Deploying this at the right time can truly help your dog remain calm in the presence of other dogs. When you've got another dog in the environment, reach into your treat pouch, grab a small handful of treats and scatter them a few feet wide in a circle. Then get down on your dog's level and help them find it, pointing out each treat to them and connecting with them. This is a perfect active management strategy to use when the dog has a bit of distance from the other dog and you don't think they'll come your way. Having your dog using their nose and engaging in finding food scattered on the ground is such a great way to take advantage of your dog's strongest sense. This isn't a movement-based activity though, so be sure that another dog won't be encroaching on your dog's personal space before using the food scatter. Next up, we've got the magnet hand. While similar to the food scatter, this one incorporates movement. In the presence of another dog, fill your hand with treats, forming into a mini Kong shape so that your dog can eat the food slowly from your hand rather than in one big gulp. Put that treat hand right in front of your dog's nose and lure them away from the other dog. As you move, dole out the treats in your hand one at a time, making sure that your dog's nose stays attached to your hand like a magnet. This strategy is perfect for when you think another dog will come too close for your dog to handle. If you can catch it within enough time, you can keep your dog's attention on you while also getting more space from the other dog. Rinse and repeat with the magnet hand until you're an appropriate distance away from the other dog and your dog is able to make good choices on their own. Our third and most distance increasing strategy is the U-turn. While walking in a forward direction, but before your dog sees the other dog, call out U-turn and start moving quickly in the other direction. Hightail it out of there until you can turn a corner or have enough space from the other dog to be able to use the food scatter, magnet hand, or no management at all. This one doesn't come for free though. It will take some time to teach this to your dog. Start out on a walk or even inside without the presence of any other triggers. When you have your dog's attention, move quickly in the opposite direction, encouraging your dog to follow. Sometimes a small amount of leash pressure can help encourage their movement with you, but we never need to jerk or tug the dog to come with us. It defeats the whole purpose of this exercise. If they don't move with you at first, you can lure them into changing directions by putting a treat directly in front of their nose to encourage them to move with you. Slowly fade out the food and the lure and try to use your body movement as a cue to move. Your physical movement can be an astonishingly powerful way to have your dog move with you. Use the U-turn in a situation where a collision path with the other dog is inevitable. Instead of a close quarters encounter, use the U-turn to get distance quickly from the other dog while your dog is happily moving with you. It's important to say that with each of these active management techniques, you'll need to practice them regularly without any triggers present. If you whip this out for the first time around other dogs, your dog may just be confused or react to the other dog anyway. Practicing these skills with your dog without other dogs present keeps them fun and rewarding for your dog, without it being a predictor of scary things like other dogs. It is also important to point out that all of these strategies, both active and passive, are meant to help you avoid a reaction. But sometimes reactions happen. In that case, keep yourself as calm as possible while removing your dog from that situation. There's no training that can happen here because your dog is no longer in their thinking brain. Do what you need to do to get them the distance they need from the other dog, and take the time to set things up better next time. We can help our dogs regulate after these experiences by scattering some food for them in the grass and connecting with them for a few moments. Co-regulation is key to helping your dog get back to their baseline. Accidents happen, both in and out of our control, and all we can do is use the information we learn to get better over time. Management strategies can be such a vital tool in your tool belt when addressing your dog's reactive behaviors. While management alone won't address your dog's barky, lungy behavior, it sets the stage by which some really powerful training can take place. Thanks for tuning in to our video. If you enjoyed what you just watched, don't forget to leave us a like and hit subscribe so you never miss out on our latest training content. Our goal here is simple: to help you build a stronger and more energized bond with your furry friend, and to show you how fulfilling it can be to work together with your pup. We're so glad you decided to join us as we spread the happiness and excitement of working with your dog without force or intimidation. If you'd like to learn more about addressing your dog's reactivity, you can watch more of our videos here. And if you'd like to learn more about managed walking for reactive dogs, check out Every Dog Austin's free webinar here. Remember, there are some things we'll train for, but for everything else, there's management. Bye for now.